this is Peso Esports. I think they are going for support. Yeah, I think this is a support Gatot Kacha or tank support. I mean, going for attack for the new revamp. It's no longer called attack or attack and defense. I actually forgot what it's called now, but it deals so much damage. For now.
Okay, so we are going to have a flank here, and this might be the turnaround, or not really the turnaround, but the start that TDRS wants, and they will get a kill on that carry. That is going to be costly for their side. Togo and the others, Virus still trying to get away. Togo will be using the flicker. Icy going in, but MM here with the intercept. Will he save his ally? No, he won't. Icy here will get knocked up, and he will go down. Austin will be the next target. Gatot will be Garrote. Ed by that Selena, and Gymnast here getting his first pick off. That is a good way to start the game for Selena.
Very good start, absolutely. But
not the best start. Not the best. Not at all. Not at all.
A very nice snag there from the Bruno. As we can see, we have like Ling and Bruno. Kind of greedy on. For my taste, but again, we're playing in a new patch, so this might work now. Before it might not work, but because of the changes, maybe it can work now. Because again, lane creeps, lane minions are so good.
Are you seeing this? They're really just gimping or limiting the things that Darryl can do on the map. And Icy here with 3 kills. Mind you, he has the bounty hunter up on his side. So it really gave him an easy access to that Raptor Machete, and the transition from Raptor Machete to the next item that he will get, it's probably going to be a BOD or Endless Battle. That is going to be seamless for him.
Yeah. Now can see top lane, a little bit of movements again around the crab this time, and we'll go for Uzumaki. Uzumaki pops the flicker, gets away. That means that Uzumaki will live to see another day again. The next play, this is Aether Chicks, if I'm not mistaken. It is. So Aether Chicks, they're prioritizing getting the pressure up, but it seems like the members of Peso Esports, with all the bonus skills that they were able to get, it just meant that they aren't pressured right now, and in fact, they will go for Darryl once again. A nice defense in there from Togo to help his teammate. Now MM gonna be stunned up and controlled by Austin Esports right now, but they will just back down.
To be honest, if you look at it, Wolf, this is a statement game for TDRS, given that Aether Chicks is one of the favorites here to win, alongside with their sister team, Next Play Predator Solid. If they can win, if they can take a game against these two teams or this Aether Chicks squad, this is going to be big for the side of TDRS. But right now, MM, he goes for the Way of the Dragon, and here comes here comes the follow-up from Togo. But there is the flicker, the flash, the flicker is there. They will get that kill. Selena will secure that. Darryl wants blood. He wants to get back at this team. He was punished earlier for just farming, but right now there is a hit on to that Numenon Blast in the middle of everything. Ben Things getting caught out as well. Wow. And that is the Lolita going down. Arrow won't connect, and that is the end of the skirmish. But the thing about it, Wolf, the course for the other side, the TDRS side, the Peso side, they're still alive.
Amazing team fight though, coming out from Aether Chicks. The very nice juggle, very nice layering of skills meant that they were able to efficiently fight against Peso Esports. And if you think about it, Peso Esports, they have so much team fight in them. They have Numenon Blast, they have the ultimate from the Gadokacha, they have so many engagements and so much damage as well. But because of the fact that Aether Chicks were able to get the better layering of stunts and better control on the right heroes, they were able to win that fight. And I think that's amazing because of that, they were able to get the turtle as well after the fight. Also meaning that they can have a better control of the mid game now.
Yeah, I guess there's this saying about that less is more, and the more you conserve your resources or your skills, in let's say these kinds of situations, the more you actually win in these fights. So it might not make sense now, but looking at it in the consecutive team fights that we had, we did see that TDRS, they were really trying to be conservative with everything that they have. Aether Chicks here, they really have this thing that they can just wait for the gymnast arrow to connect, and that's the only time where they should fight. But they're not giving that. TDRS, they were forcing engages. They really want to go to the backline, and that's what the Gatot Kacha could do.
Mm-hmm. Now they stun up this Ling, but where's the punish though? Austin Esports gonna take a lot of damage coming up from the carry. There's the ultimate from they're gonna catching them, but even better was the initiation from the last Insanity. And they will get to in the end. Aether Chicks again winning that fight with just landing the right stuns and controlling the right heroes. The carry deciding to go for the Thams exclusively meant that the Thams damage output was not there. The stun connects, and there you go. The snag onto the Ling. There's a very nice Minion Blast, but no follow-up. In comes the Bruno, but the Wave of the World is not that efficient when it comes to usage. That means that the rest of Aether Chicks will just transfer into the Turtle, taking her down, knowing that there's no ultimate available for the Lolita. Butters, it's going to be a bad fight, but the Turtle will be taken by the Lolita. Very nicely done in there. For Peso Esports.
I mean, the damage of the Lolita stun isn't really something you should, toy with.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about that certain take, Wolf, or that certain steal, is they saw it coming. And nobody reacted to it. But Austin Esports, he goes to the middle. That is a very questionable play coming out from him. He didn't really have anyone to help him there. He just wanted to defend. And at this stage of the game, 6 minutes, going to 7 minutes, a Tier 1 turret isn't really the best thing to protect right now.
Yeah. Jumping for Togo, they want to control Austin Esports. Now, the rest of Peso Esports wants to disengage at this point. And it's not going to be a good battle for sure for them. I see. Even with a very good start, it's going to be hard for him to move around the map now just because of the fact that the Kufra, as well as the Selena, is proving to be a difficult problem for him to face. But we'll see how they will approach this. Cho going for the Molten Core. Look at this. Molten Core. Then going for Blade Armor, I think? Or I don't know, maybe.
He probably could do that. He probably could do that because there are a lot of physical damage coming out here from the side of TDRS.
So it is going to be a Blade Armor. So is this a support slash shoot? It is. Well, MM, one of the oldest players here in the Philippines, not by age, but one of the, I would say, veterans here in the Philippines. Also playing as a support now. So this Cho is going to be able to tank up. This is like a throwback to the classic where Cho was just used as a very good tank. Togo with the jump will not get bent things. Nevertheless, it's Aether Chicks controlling the map better with the 4 turrets taken down.
And this is quite interesting for the side of TDRS. They're losing all the control that they had into the early game, and slowly but surely Daryl is climbing the ranks here. He might have had He might have had that was,
you can do it, Lars, I believe in
he
you.
might have had like the worst possible early game start, but right now he's really just getting all the kills and all the farm that he wants. And this is kind of weird if you think about it, Wolf. We are not seeing 3 people or two people beside the marksman.
Oh yeah.
You're just seeing them alone in a certain lane, and that is for the longest time not really the way that you play ML.
Yeah. Mobile Legends has been played as that funnel kind of strategy wherein your supports and your tanks will never ever leave your funnel receiver, quote unquote, or your marksman more than likely. So that means, or I guess the term is the carry, right? That means that we can expect a lot more flavor when it comes to Mobile Legends action, at least in how professional players see to it. But we'll see. It looks like both teams are just measuring each other up. knowing that the blue buff is going to be there. Okay, the Ling weren't able to actually steal that buff, but in comes the Numinum Blast after the Tempest of Blades. What a good knockup onto 2. Now they catch 1. That's Austin Esports down for the count. They're chasing Uzumaki this time, even through the Cotton Inferno. Gymnast though might have overstepped his bounds and will be taken out. In comes the last Insanity. Not enough damage, however. Virus will have to back for it now. Ben Things, as well as Icy, looking for an angle, looking for a stun, looking for an initiation. Virus in there going to be slowed down and damaged by Icy, as well as this Ling, and eventually will fall after the immortality. And you can never ever go wrong with the Numinum Blast, as well as the team fight that you can get out of this composition from Peso Esports. And I think that they have just proven that one.
That was a sloppy fight. That was a sloppy fight for the side of NXP there, and not really NXP.
You are when it's just during the early stages of the game, during the first few minutes, you respawn much faster as compared before. That might mean that dives will not happen, but in comes the dive though. They found the Bruno. Numinum Blast is not going to be hitting onto so many members that it only hit 1. Now it's going to be a problem now for Peso Esports. Double kill coming off from the Selena. They're so low, and they're going to be taking out. Triple kill for Gymnast. The Lord will take out the show, so that's really bad for Peso Esports because the only kill that they got was on the denial by the Lord. But look at that steal coming up from Adobong Sinigang. Wow, a SARS 2 and then a double. Wow.
Dude, it was a battle of retribution. Yeah. And the thing about it is, it was much safer for Adobong Sinigang to retribution because of the Tempest of Blades. Yeah. Another Tempest of Blades proc. And it wasn't really, it didn't really exceed past 30 seconds where they actually re-engaged again. He had the certain ulti up. But the thing about it is, I think it was a matter of pressure for like the side of Aether Chicks, because Adobong Sinigang, he popped that Tempest of Blades in the most proper timing possible. Yeah. He just went for it when the Lord was almost taken down. He went for it. He just went straight for the retribution, and he got rewarded for that. Togo will get caught by that Numinum Blast. As well, trying to find the right engage, but look at that flicker. That was well timed, but it wouldn't really matter because here comes the fight. Double really wants to go for the Tempest of Blades. Gymnast going to the back line, and they try to take down Ling, but Ling's just way too slippery. Uzumaki will be the sacrifice for that alive Adobong Sinigang.
Man, again, the only surviving member was the Ling, and it's not looking good. Because what you want to do if you are from Peso Esports is use your ultimates in such a better way that it means that you're gonna catch a lot of your opponents. Maybe set up with the Avatar of the Guardian, I think it's called, and they set it up for the Numen Blast or vice versa. Then go for Tempest of Blades to follow it up. You have your ultimate, the Cotton Inferno, also an AoE damage. So ideally, you want to hit all of your shots. And it's not like there's Purify available for your opponents. So Peso Esports, I'd say the fault, we can give the fault to like how they approach the team fights. Maybe they can do a better job in the next coming fights if they do want to win this. But now they are behind in terms of gold. Not when it comes to strength though. I'd still say that they have good amount of damage and good amount of control that you can never really exchange for gold. Now actually stepping so badly, but no, Togo with the counter initiation. It comes a Numinum Blast, gonna be cast, but Tham's already down and out. Tempest of Blade, actually just the Avatar of the Guardian not hitting the mark, and now he's gonna receive so much damage coming off the carry. They jump in forward, they want more, they want Austin Esports, and they'll get him. 2 kills in favor of Aether Chicks, and that's a lot of ultimates already expended by Peso Esports.
Okay, another arrow will be thrown out, but the thing about it is how will Aether Chicks, I always forget their name, Aether Chicks convert this. This is a tricky situation for them. They can push the top lane, they can push the bot lane if they wanted to. And they're probably just gonna take down the bottom lane because it's much safer, I guess. They don't really have to commit, and they don't have to travel that much. So what I want to see is Daryl's items, because he went for the immortality. And he just went for that extra protection. So is he really thinking that he has enough damage at this point, and he really just wants to get that extra protection going on for him?
Yeah, I guess that is the general idea where he wants to go now. Heading to the late game, actually. By 15 minutes, you take what you can get. But those teams who are able to get more out of what they are purchasing or what they are building up generally win those late game engagements. But that's only one part of the pie. You still need to execute better. I think that now it's not about the patch, but it's more about how this game has shaped up. You need to still execute well. I think that no matter what you buy coming out from Peso Esports, it will not matter if they don't use their ultimates well. And also the positioning from IC, I think he needs to also improve that, because even with a very good start on the Bruno, he's not getting that much of an impact compared to what the carry does now.
But speaking of impact, that is one really long displacement connection for the side of Aether Chicks. I was about to say Area 51 again, oh my goodness. But they're not Area 51 anymore. Togo onto the backlines. He's just hugging out Austin Esports. Austin Esports can't really do much about that. Adobong Sinigang isn't really near. Oh my god, he's near. And he's gonna go for it.
Oh, gets it again! What a steal coming up from Adobong Sinigang. He's saving this team time and time again, man. How okay.
Okay.
But this is still a problem. This is still trouble.
I mean, yeah, it is. It puts them in a bad spot. But the thing about this, if the Lord spawns right now and drops up,
look at the base. But it comes after the guard hitting onto so many members of Aether Chicks. Are they losing the fight this one? No, they do have the dash to the base and they'll take it out. They stole it as good as it was from the Ling to steal those.
For the tanks, right? They changed up what you call this, attack and defense, because nobody really uses it.
Yeah, aside from Kufra.
Yeah,
only hero that
but for Kufra, you would go for the second one, because there's a lot of crowd control and you can really, just get everything out of it.
That's right. I guess now we are hopped into the game. You can see 3-man rotation coming in the mid lane. No masks at all because it's not as rewarding as before. Or maybe there is. Maybe I just failed to see it. Yeah. Oh, a little bit of invade now coming up from Daryl as well as Togo. But another counter invade coming up on the blue side. That's going to be Peso Esports fighting it up against MM now. Going to be the first blood times to take it. Gymnast in much trouble. And there's the power of nature to take him down. But in comes the export with that very good counter kill. But with the Lilia damage output in the early game, you'll get that kill. Bentings able to secure the blue buff as well for his team. So that's a lot of bad decisions happening for Aether Chicks that obviously they don't want to happen.
Togo and the others, they're really just trying to look for those Lithomancers, those little things in the map that they can convert. Onto the other side, Uzumaki, they got 3 kills.
Yeah.
They couldn't really ask for a better start than this. Whatever start that the Bruno got earlier, they're still doing it right now. But the thing is, Aether Chicks, are they just gonna force out that lead to, roll out of the hands of TDRS, just like what they did game number 1?
There's already a massive lead now. They have amassed 1.4k at this point. That's really good. And the fact that they're also denying the buffs for the Lunox. That's one thing that Peso Esports really want to have, because when they do a fight now, the Lunox will not have that much of an impact. And in fact, this Gymnast Lunox has just reached level 4, so that's a lot of EXP behind the Lilia. Lilia having a better time as well. I can see IC on the bottom lane, gonna go for Virus. Fire Sticks in there to keep himself safe. Now Gymnast gonna be able to pop the ultimate, but once he appears, he's gonna be taken out, and that's exactly what happened in there. Now, bottom lane, Virus already has his last Insanity, picking up some Firago armor just to keep himself safe. But there's still a lot of problem that this Lunox base team will have to face. In fact, this blue buff is gonna be taken once again by the Lilia.
Okay, so there were two pressure points onto the map, onto the bottom lane. There was one near the tier 2 turret, and there was one near the tier 1 turret. And why did they split up is because they didn't really want the turnaround on that last insanity. If Xborg got the last insanity, it was almost certain that he will just go there and try to go for it, try to turn it around, and probably try to punish TDRS from getting what they wanted onto the top lane. Bottom lane rather. But right now there is going to be a turtle take for the side of Aether Chicks, and that is going to be punished. And I don't know what happened there. It was probably TDRS not realizing that they needed to take that objective.
Sometimes it's okay. They still are leading by a lot, but that was very quick in terms of recovery for Aether Chicks. What I like about Aether Chicks is that teamfight is so good. I'm gonna go for Icy this time, covering all of the angles. Even through the Purify, they were able to get it. A rival play from the it wasn't the Xborg, it was the Thames. But Bentix on the left side is gonna be part of last wall charge coming out from the Grok, but that doesn't mean that they'll win this fight. Gonna be a kill now. Able to flicker away from the Guardian's barrier. The damage output coming out from Aether Chicks is not something that you can take for granted as of this moment.
Now it's 4-4. Darrell has 2 kills on his belt. Where's the lead? Where's the lead that I saw earlier when they got 3 kills, when they had a better early game? Gymnast going for that retribution, and he will still steal that Litho Wanderer. Austin Esports, on the other hand, he is getting a brunt of, he is getting percentage based damage by here. And the thing about the Jawhead and the Xborg right now is they're really good at dealing with these heroes. Now they have the damage output, and TDRS, they're in a very bad spot. Lilia deals a lot of damage. That was really good. And Togo here might go down as the carry. Will try to secure that virus, try to help his teammate, but it doesn't have the stun, doesn't have anything. Lunox really just trying to secure his own buff here. He gets stunned, and the Order of Brilliance will be popped, and he will just try to get away. Uzumaki going to the middle lane with a tower down or a turret down to the top lane. They are just trying to get the objectives one by one because they know that Daryl is racking up on those items and on the gold.
A very good mid-game turn coming up from Peso Esports. I like it a lot because they also denied the purple buff away from the looks. Once again, this is a 3rd round, and they're able to get the turtle as well. Such a good turn of events. But Aether Chicks wants to kind of even this up. The ejector will not be hitting the mark, but of course with the stun on the Kufra and all the damage that they have with 4 members going up against 1, they're able to get the kill. Virus onto the bottom lane. No more Firaga armor. Gonna be jumped by Icy, and Icy will take him down. Gonna be safe as well from the damage of the turret with just a sliver of health remaining. Nice and clean exchange there for both teams, but you would like it better for Peso Esports as they got it for just the price of 2. Nevertheless, they want to go for the Grok, but the Poison Stingers will actually miss. Here comes the Joy to finish things up. The arrival play from Uzumaki was far too late to help his teammate or get a bonus kill. Nevertheless, Peso Esports will lose their Grok.
Okay, so now Lunox isn't having the best time of his life, but you really have to look at Daryl right now. He's the one who's gonna carry this team 100%, and they're just going for the pickoffs. The thing about Aether Chicks is they just want these pickoffs so bad that they actually force 4 people in the same lane to just take the,
what a nice snipe from Gymnast, getting popped in she can, and the jumping going from the Kufra. Counter Inferno gonna be popped as well. Ejector on the turret, in comes the Hellcurt. With the Dark Knight Pulse, is going to be taken out because of this last insanity to just stop Peso Esports from advancing. Nevertheless, Peso Esports will still snag 2 kills. Purple buff going to be in contention. Taken away by Adobong Sinigang once again. And Aether Chicks are losing control of this map, with Peso Esports almost always winning the battles.
And they will secure this turtle, I think, 100%. This is going to be uncontested. I don't think Lunox is at the proper, timing to steal this. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have his retribution up. So you're really thinking on how NXP will just battle it out. Well, they do have Daryl, but Daryl, we did see earlier that he didn't have enough damage, even if he got 3 people onto the deadly poison stingers. And that is one thing that they need to look out for. Daryl onto the other side. And that Kufra will go down. Daryl here doesn't have the HP. He's getting hugged out by Austin Esports. Uzumaki still trying to go for Daryl. Daryl will get caught out by the slaughtering sites. Deadly poison stingers as the last act of rebellion against Uzumaki. He will still go down though, and Lunox here, Order of Brilliance. Gymnast getting caught out, and that's what we meant about you just use it to escape.
Yeah. That's not how you should be using it. I mean, obviously you want to use it for escapes and then maybe go for the Chaos Bolt, spam with the Chaos. But we're not seeing that happening. Oh, Togo. Nice jump on Uzumaki, but there's no follow-up from the teams. There's no damage at all because Gymnast is out and Daryl is still far away. And I think that by now, if this is like the first tournament that you've watched, you're gonna feel teams having better respawn timers, and that's one of the updates that we saw in the recent patch. It also just means that even after winning a fight, you cannot really dive against your opponents mindlessly. You still have to think about how your opponents or your opponents can take back the team fight if you are well too committed. But there could be a fight now. Commitment coming out from both teams. Bentix jumping in forward. Fighters is gonna fall, but Daryl though pops the ultimate, not gonna let them dead the poison stingers. Well, as he needs to back down now, he's taking so much damage, and the Leo will take him down. The ultimate coming off the crew from far too late. The coordination just isn't there from Mather Chicks, and because of that, they'll lose 3 members. Might even be more, as the top lane, it's gonna be pushed by the Thams. Lord is gonna be taken care of by this carry as well as this Lilia.
Daryl had the perfect thing in mind. He went straight for the Lilia, but Lilia is 509. You can't really expect to burst down the Lilia without even having 2 to 3 items on your belt. Right now you have the Heptasis, but come on, it's not gonna do anything at this point in the game.
Yeah. A lot of problems that they have to face now. How good, how I say this? Can they still come back? That's a question, because I feel that they can, but it's gonna be totally dependent on Daryl at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Gymnast. I'm not really gonna sugarcoat it right now. He didn't have the best time of his life onto the middle lane. He was forced out. Uzumaki here, still alive, even with the grasp of 3 people in front of him. They were the ones who got tired of taking down Uzumaki.
Yeah. Bottom lane, that's a push. I think an arrival play was there, probably from the X-Work, and it was, but it will not stop the push now. Base is gonna be exposed as the inhibitor in the bottom lane, taken out by the members of Peso Esports. Now middle, big transfer. I think that the defense is gonna be enough at least. That's right. Okay, we'll see what now. What can they do now? Uzumaki gonna be chased once again. There's the ejector, but a nice jump in there. Do they have the damage? It seems like they don't, and they just straight up give up. But in comes the rest of Peso Esports. I think they want to go for Toggle. Nice Guardian's Barrier, but there's a little bit of opening there. I thought it was completely blocked, but with just a hole in there to find it. Oh, is this the first purple buff? Not gonna happen. I thought it was the first purple buff that Lunox will be able to get, but Lilia says absolutely not.
Yeah, man. The way they controlled the link earlier on the side of NXP, they are getting a taste of their own medicine.
That's right.
And this is probably the breaking point. Gymnast here getting caught out by that Guardian's Barrier. He will be forced to use that Order of Brilliance, and 2 people will be forced out of that siege defense. Uzumaki, on the other hand, just being fast on his decision making. He is controlling 2 lanes at once.
Top lane, they will go, like you said, nice ejector, can punish Bentings, but that immortality is still available and they won't even get the kill. Now Gymnast gonna be in trouble, taking so much damage now, backing away for a bit. Fortunately, will not have to use the ultimate. Brilliance is still intact. Daryl on the bottom lane, needing to clear out that minion wave so that they will not be pushed But in comes Peso Esports going for What a good Guardian Sprayer. In comes the one charge as well. They take out the Joy. That's Immortality Pop. Togo will have to flicker away. Lunox also down for the count. Kufra is down. That's 2 members out. Daryl will have to jump away. There's some close range arrival, but is still gonna fall because this Virus wants to defend. Miraga armor down, and it seems like all hope is lost. Aether Chicks lost 3 members, and it seems like Peso Esports will just now go for the base like what they received in the previous round, meaning to say we'll go to game 3.
Either Chicks getting a taste of their own medicine, as we've said, and everything. The certain skin. Yes. So, who do you like? Which draft do you like better, Will?
I really don't know at this point. I would say that just because of the raw speed, the speed of taking down objectives, I still want to go for the Kimi Grok combo. It's gonna be dependent. We'll see how this works as they go for the very fast cut into the bottom lane with the Kimi, and then transfer onto the invade. And
both teams had the same thing in mind.
Yeah, it's just a mirror move at this point. No, Daryl with the Kimi securing that.
Are we gonna get the fight? Are we gonna get it?
No, and what it does now is
we're probably gonna get a fight.
But Togo will just run away. Guardian's Baron there. Icy jumps to the fray. There's the ejector though. Double still gonna be caught by this, and Farsa to get the last hit. That's Gymnast. The next moves coming out from both teams. We'll see how this works, but the arrival play making sure that Virus will get so much of farm, and I think that we can expect arrival to be played more by our teams.
I mean, for the final meta, we did see a 100% drop on that arrival, when in the first place it was the go-to pick for MPL Season 4, if you remember that.
That's right.
But the thing about it is, the pacing of the game is kind of weird right now, because you had this ultimate, or not really ultimate, but it's a very familiar tempo in which you get one item for your carry and you just go fight. Right now you don't get that. I mean, carry needs 2 items before he could fight. She could fight rather. So I'm getting used to it. I'm actually just getting used to it again right now.
I'll see if the teams will get used to it, just like you, like what you're doing, Butters. So far, I'm still not feeling the Kimi Grok combo. But I guess when Daryl gets to level 4, maybe gets the upgrade on the boots, maybe that's when we will find it. And we'll see how teams will approach this. Gymnast as well as Daryl now grouping up, maybe positioning themselves into a mid lane push, but it comes a jump, double jump, only hitting 1, but Togo will still receive so much damage, and Togo will fall because this. It comes the arrival play coming out from Virus, counter Inferno pop, and it comes the Feather there, like they have control of the Gacha, and they will take him down. Jumps forward, but that means that he will take so much damage from the Lunox. They get away, so that's a 1-for-1 trade-off. Now gonna be favoring, I'd say, the Thams, just because of XP. As well as Gymnast wants to control this buff, and they were able to get it. In comes the Farsa with the Feathered Airstrike, but it's gonna be stopped so easily. That means that they have denied the buff away from the Lunox this time. Maybe it's just that it's not Lunox's day, I guess, Butters.
Yeah. When you pick Lunox, you just, you know, don't give as much as importance to the early game, that early level phases like that 1, 2, 3 levels that you get, but you always get your spike at level 4. And I think for the funnel meta, that was the thing that you need to look at for the other heroes that weren't really picking the meta. They had a level 4 spike, but right now on to the top lane, Ben Things is trying to go for the jump. Togo was prepared, and Togo will intercept that. And going back, I think that's the certain, you know, mixture that the funnel meta left us with, is you can't have your power spike at level 3 or level 4. You need to get it at level 2. As long as you have your 2 skills, you can fight, you can get the pickups, and that's going to be perfect. And that's what Jawhead and the others bring, like Grok. Even Grok without the wild charge is still a scary hero.
with the charge, finding the Lunox, but decides against this. They have resetted this grab going maybe away from Daryl. They keep their towers intact, their turrets intact. I think that's also important for Peso Esports now. Togo being a problem now. Ooh, go for Uzumaki. There's the wrap around. Uzumaki with a nice flicker away, but not gonna be enough as still has his own flicker to go up against it. Okay, let's guard this barrier. It's Austin Esports, but this is just a way for them to secure this turret take into the bottom. With a charge, going for a Dobong Sinigang. The combo would have been good, but they weren't able to tag this Lunox, knowing that a Brilliance could be there as well. Nice Guardian's Barrier, helping Daryl deal the damage, but without any more energy. To just shift back to Austin Esports, who already popped the flicker. Let's get away. In comes the jump coming up from the Kufra. Last Insanity gonna be used. Togo and taking so much damage with the Wild Charge as well. But in comes the Farsa with the Feather Dare Strike. Takes out 2. Double kill for Gymnast. This time they stun off the Lunox as well. And the Dobong Sinigang will just have to back away. So in all of those engagements, Balders, only the supports died. But they obviously want that to be given to Gymnast because of the fact that he was able to get the purple buff once again. Lunox still finding a lot of trouble securing her own buff.
Amy making good use of that Mage Killer emblem talent that he got, and Carry, he is very low. He's very low profile right now. Like Icy is just staying there, not really moving at all. He's just trying to go for the farm, and this is where the pain happens. Contest on that farm. Icy here will go down, and wow, what a perfect setup for the side of Aether Chicks. They're now controlling the pacing of the game, and you wouldn't really ask for a better Kimmy Rock game than this.
Yeah. And I think that they will try to invade this time the red buff or the orange buff. Dobong Sinigang is not ready for this. In comes the Feather Dare Strike going for Bentings, and they'll take out the Kufra. The buff, it's gonna belong to a Dobong Sinigang at this point. Gives the Guardian's Barrier, not gonna land the mark. But with all of the members of Peso Esports parked in the top part of the map, Kimmy was able to freely take down a turret into the bottom lane, and maybe Aether Chicks can get more. The stuns, it will not connect. In comes the Feather Dare Strike. The delay will make it sure that the rest of Peso Esports will run away. But the Kimmy already took care of business in the bottom lane and into the mid lane as well. This is still Mage Killer Kimmy. So it deals so much damage. The Wild Charge onto the just in front of it. Daryl secures the triple kill, or maybe secures the 3 points. That's what I wanted to say, not a triple kill.
A 3-pointer in the face.
A 3-pointer. Yeah.
On the side of Adobong Sinigang, and whoever picks the Lunox loses the game. I think this is what the meta is right now. Grok is pushing up top. Wow, this is the first time I'm seeing Grok just push a lane by himself. Virus, on the other hand, Uzumaki just controlling their own lanes. Feathered Airstrike will be used. Bentings locating that Farsa, but it wouldn't really matter because Gymnast just stops that Feathered Airstrike from even popping out, and no more outer turrets here for the side of TDRS. TDRS, they are forced to hug their towers, and they are forced to get whatever farm that they could get out of this minions. They cannot have access on the jungle, and look at that, ejector will be used. Adobong Sinigang now alive, he will be trying to contest this, and all the lanes are getting shoved in the faces here on the side of TDRS.
Okay, so it's still turtle time, 8 minutes 24 seconds, and the fact that tagged that turtle means that it will now completely belong to the Kimmy, free of charge. Gymnast and Togo though position around this orange buff. With the charge, just back down for a little bit. I think that this is another invade coming out from Aether Chicks, denying that away from Peso Esports. Bottom lane, it's a little bit of pressure from Virus. Makes it sure that Peso Esports will not overstep their bounds, positioning himself in that threatening position. Maximum charge already used. In comes the Tyrant's Revenge, jumping onto just one, but the Feather destructed so much damage. In comes the last Insanity, but not gonna be enough. Zap dealing so much damage as well. Kufra down. Uzumaki will have to back down for this. Will dodge the rocket coming out from the Kimi. Togo and Virus combining here in the mid lane with Daryl to make it sure that the inhibitor will fall. With 2 members down for Peso Esports, this is a very unlikely defense from the red side.
Gymnast and Daryl onto the top lane. They are just trying to push the turrets. That will be used, and that is the judgment from the air as the feathered airstrike will connect. There is a stun that's going to happen, and that will set up that pick-off on Adobong Sinigang. Not really the best game from him, but NXP, Either Chicks rather, I'm really getting confused by their name. But on the other hand, they are just waiting for the right pickoffs or the right initiations. They've been doing a really great job alongside Togo. And you know what? It might not be always on point in the target department, but you have to really look at their composition. They can burst down anyone that they want on the side of TDRS.
Now with 2 inhibitors down, it's gonna be an uphill climb for Peso Esports. Even if you look at this, Austin Esports taking so much damage coming out from the Farsa. Ben thinks that the rest of the gang are staying here, but look at that feathered airstrike. It's gonna be a potential engage, but Aethershik says we don't need to be aggressive now. You just take it slowly. Maybe go for the Lord take. Secure our own buffs. That's what Daryl is doing now, getting his own red buff. And maybe going to the Lord area where she can just take it down so quickly with the Mage Killer emblem as what they are doing now. And this is gonna be easy for them.
The last piece onto the board. This could mean the end for the side of TDRS and the upper bracket. They will probably go to the lower bracket if they secure this, but Icy and the others, they can still fight this. Look at Icy. You have to give some credit to this guy. He only died 1 time. This full match.
Oh, Luno!
Everything in front of him is crumbling. The feather airstrike.
Uzumaki pops the ultimate, but this is just for defensive purposes. Now Austin Esports jumps in there, but only to receive so much damage coming off from Aether Chicks. Togo jumps forward, feathered airstrike used once again. There's the avatar of the Guardian, there's the control, but the damage is just way too much from the Kimi. They'll take out 2 more members, including the carry, and Uzumaki the one to only defend now. Gonna be juggled by the rest of Aether Chicks, but it won't matter in the end as the base now is in shambles. Aether Chicks to secure this series.
Well, what's that all in English?
Well, it's NXP, ladies and gentlemen, and they say NXP is getting flexed to be, despite not being able to qualify to the likes of MPL, they're being flexed to earn a lot of money through streaming and content creation. So, you know, seeing this kind of skins is a reflection maybe of that. We will see, ladies and gentlemen. Let us focus into the game, ladies and gents, as you can actually see the members here of Sadistic Gods. Sadistic Gods fully concentrating actually towards the mid lane, and they will split, I think, into 2 parties, maybe allocate the full 5 here to get into the buff. It was denied by that Freya against the Selena.
And I like the strategy coming out here from the Sadistic Gods. What they did was they put 4 people to clear out the mid lane. They kinda did split the XP there for a bit, but the thing is, you couldn't really clear that wave that fast to get into the range and decline or negate the buff for the Selena just in time for that certain leeway or that certain window that Selena has. Selena takes the buff quite easily. Like, it's really fast. And MB on the wrong side of the map. I don't really know if this is the proper timing for this move. MB will 100% go down. Kimmy gets that kill, and MB, he pays the price of being...
He pays the price, but I don't think that is a very bad move from Next Play. I think that is well calculated. You have to take note that on the first minute of our game, denying a buff pays better than getting killed, actually. So maybe that's the plan for MB here. Still, we have some very interesting game rotations right now, pre 2-minute mark of our game.
Well, I guess, but it's still a Kimi Shinbu because you can't really deny that the Kimi has a early power spike, and they address that quite easily. Renegade and the others, they're really trying to go for Esmeralda, and Jams will just push them away with the Ring of Order, and they get their very first turret.
Yeah, they get the very first
2 minutes in.
At 2 minutes in. Actually, it was during the time that they saw members of NXP going for that 5-man in the mid lane. That's why I'm very curious what is the main reason of the rotation here coming in from the Sadistic Gods, because it does look like NXP was able to counter heavily, maybe because of that sacrifice done in by MB. Although I don't think that's part of the plan, getting soloed killed by the Freya into the bottom lane. But whereas we have here H2O along with Eremi dueling up, H2O has the red buff, nothing on the side of Eremi here. Eremi has no choice but to fall back. And again, going back on my point, what is this rotation by Sadistic Gods? What is the decision here? Because it does look like it's not paying off. I think it looks like they got countered heavily there by NXP simply by taking the turret, simply by punishing that 5-man in the mid.
I kind of get what you're pointing at here, Shinbu. It's the proactiveness that they wanted to, get from NXP, but there's a fight happening here.
Yep.
Airborne, they're in the middle of everything, and look at that, Yawi doing his best, and Yawi can get a kill on Timmy. Timmy will go down, and Grok will be a worthy sacrifice.
Yeah,
but
there's still the power of nature, ladies and gentlemen. Especially for crowd controls, especially if timed that for crowd controls. So there's gonna be Renegade fully completing the pickup, coming in from the arrow, Abyssal Trap combo here of that Selena. Round 2 for Dash, Trap as well onto Dash, goes for the bite, completes the dash onto the Groots, and also H2O diving for the kill. 2 for none, make that a 3 for none as another is actually into the death timer here against Sadistic Gods. NXP now going for the push here on the outer mid lane turret of Sadistic.
Really strong showing from these two players. H2O, Renegade, very much inspired to do the things that they want. It's the power of love, as they say. Renegade getting caught out by Jads. Jads in the middle of everything. He has his ultimate up, but look at this chain stuns coming in from the side of NXP. NXP will take down that Freya, but MB is still in the face of this Kimi. Eremi going 1v. This is actually a 1v4.
This is a 1v4. Yes, MB now has the members of Sadistic Gods played onto his hands. Not to mention that is very awkward right there that Freya was left for dead, and without having any of his teammates to go and back him up, despite them being close, really. Right? It does feel that they can easily back up for the Freya, but no, they didn't. Sadistic Gods here, and it would be very difficult here for the Sadistic Gods as they have lose control of this game. Let's see here, they're gonna be responding. Enemy went for the job. There is the Kufra also. Tyrant's Rage, not gonna be tagging onto anyone. Went for the bouncing ball. Mega kill already onto Renegade, and the backline also gets carried back by H2O, PNK, Popol Q. Let's see here if they will complete another objective, but I think they will fall back. That's a 2-4-0 should be enough for the members here of NXP.
Okay, so a lot of things happened there, and looking at our gold right now, it's at 11k versus 15k. Obviously, it's favoring the side of NXP Solid, but the thing you have to really worry about for the side of Sadistic Gods is not the gold, but the amount of turrets on the other side. All of these turrets are unscathed.
Yeah, yeah. So this is already a game, I think, in the hands of NXP. I think there is a very, very slim chance for them to lose this one. Doesn't look like there is a heavy priority pick to fully utilize the likes of a Kaja. And not to mention that a scaling one would be of that Selena on Renegade. Ladies and gentlemen, although, is Selena like a core here?
Yeah, Selena is a core.
Renegade is a core, right? Yeah, and the support is onto Chester. So, yeah, and it's not really just Renegade. Also Yawi, also MB. It looks like even Yawi and MB should be enough for the front line here of Sadistic Gods.
Yeah, and Yawi just be doing Yawi things. He's been excellent since the start of this tournament, ever since the BO1s happened. And right now, Chester is actually stepping up as well. MB, they're showing their unique identities here for their team. Monster kill for Renegade, just being inspired, doing everything that he can. Double kill. Esmeralda will go down, and the last line of defense here is the Kufra. They will take him down. That's going to be a triple kill for Renegade. Very well played coming out from NXP Solid.
Indeed. They're gonna be taking a tag here onto the top lane. Inhibitor turret, ladies and gentlemen, actually tried to get a tag as well on one of the members of Sadistic Gods, kiting back. Really, no one can deal with the front line here of NXP, and they will easily walk away. Within a turtle timer, they were able to take an inhibitor turret against Sadistic Gods.
Okay, so this is one scary lineup for the side of NXP. As we've talked about earlier, there's a slim chance for Sadistic Gods can come back from this, and that is actually kind of disheartening for them because they really had a good early game. It looked like that they will fight. It looked like that they will go head to head with the enemy team, but Jad's here getting caught out by the Koopa, and this is probably Chester going down at the hands of those two. But Renegade will provide the help, and Eremi, can he get out of this? That is the question.
Let us see. There's gonna be the arrow for enemy. Also a trap. Renegade can easily walk away. The cool guys not looking towards explosions. It's already legendary for this Lina. Not anymore. Also for the life here of Jads, there is gonna be the Popple and Koopa. The dog actually, it's gonna be Popple. Now moving forward to get a few hits under the turret, ushering the minion wave here to go for the push against the members of Sadistic Gods. Flicker in, went for that wild charge just to get a knock up. Yawi will be pulling up a play. It doesn't matter though. No backup coming in from his teammates, but still the pressure, the win, the domination still consistently arrives from the side here of NXP.
Cool guys never looks at explosions. You actually outdid yourself there, Shinbu. Yep. That was a very nice way to put it. But Yawi, he just went in, he never looked back, he just went straight for that wild charge. It was the perfect setup. But right now there are a lot of resistance coming out here from the side of Sadistic Gods, but MB just being the annoying hero that he is. Renegade dashes in. That was miscalculated on his side. Kufra will go down. Kufra will be the exchange. Freya on the other hand will just try and go down at the hands of MB. And Kaja will be the next target. Chester really trying to fight, but with Popol or Popol out of the picture, they wouldn't really force that. H2O, Roger going in. Let's see how much damage can he deal. Eremi on the other hand will just try and get away. MB doesn't have the execute. He doesn't really have the execute. He has the flicker up, but the damage has been going well on his side. He doesn't have any kills, but he's giving the kills to his allies. So he's kind of a utility support off-lane role here, if I'm making any sense.
Let's see here. Yeah, there is the flicker. I think the earliest play that we will see from the Kaja. You have to take note that Renegade is absent from this battle. But look at that. MB here, speaking of battle, putting him a lot of pressure here in the bottom side of Sadistic Gods. And also with the badge, also with the emoticon. Doesn't matter. There are no inhibitor turrets remaining on the side of Sadistic Gods. The moment that NXP decides to push us one unit, it will be over for the Sadistic Gods.
Okay, so Renegade and the others, Chester, they are really trying to go for this. The Lord will go down in just a bit, and Dash won't hit anything as the Uranus will dash out. But they answer the taunting or the provoking here made by MB, but that doesn't really change the fact that they will get the Lord onto their side. And next play Predator solid. It's only a matter of time till they knock onto the doors of the base. Right now, what do you do as a side of Sadistic Gods? Do not let the Lord enter your base, or if it does, that's the time where you actually just lose.
Yep, but still, I'm not so sure about the firepower of the front line here of the Sadistic Gods. There's gonna be the Lord entering the base here for the members of Sadistic Gods. Also, jump coming in from enemy. He will be pushed back coming in from the Grok. Gets chased by the dog here outside the camera. And you can actually see the Grok also soaking up a lot of damage coming in from the members here of the Sadistic Gods. There's still one member done. Enemy that is. Make that for jumps also gone. Arrow will be the backup towards H2O. It doesn't matter though as the base gets destroyed. And NXP takes this game number 1 against Sadistic Gods.
Sadistic Gods, things were looking great for them into the early game. There's a lot, and it will do a lot for this certain meta. Let's check how will this unfold. H2O will pick that Aldo, and it is going to be interesting. We haven't seen an Aldo's pick in quite some time.
Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting.
If stacking heroes are a thing, then probably Sicilian will be a great fit for this certain meta. But let's check.
Although it's contradicting on what we discussed earlier, but hold that up, ladies and gentlemen. Jeps here once more tries to dodge something with the Thorn Drones, but of course H2O, it's H2O, bro. He has the meta to actually time properly after the Thorn Drones puts the punch in the face of that Lancelot. And there's another flicker. He went for the flicker.
Yeah.
He tried tagging someone, yeah. Alright. Didn't saw that in the camera, but the Aldous tried to punch another one.
I mean, Aldo in the early game, he just prioritizes those stacks. And if he can get those early stacks from killing enemy heroes, he would give his life 100%.
Yeah.
It's not like your respawn timer is as high as 30 seconds. So you just do it for the sake of it. You just do it for the hell of it.
My curiosity to do is, again, before the team fight happened on that part, it's actually contradicting to what we said because the Aldous requires a longer game, huh?
Yeah.
The Aldous requires a longer game. So here, this is where I'm curious. I think NXP is once again experimenting on something on the aspect of on a meta that has been shortened theoretically and on paper. Can we drag out the game to have an effective and scaling Aldous, right?
I mean, you don't really have to put all your eggs into one basket. So other lanes can do that as well, and you can just win from that.
Oh.
And it really looks like the Aldo is quite an insurance, if you ask me.
Yeah, the insurance. Okay.
Yeah,
so it's not
the
necessarily the Aldous that can make can give the win, right? It's just like a safety net for the late game.
Yes, it's a safety net. And here's what's interesting. We forgot about this safety net for the longest time, just because every single mid hero was a safety net in its own.
Oh yeah, yes. We forgot about that kind of meta, right?
Yeah. And it's an insurance, and H2O, he's gonna play this like a champ, as we all know, and they're just gonna go for that certain pick off into the top lane. Eremi here will get latched. H2O will get the stacks, and that is going to be another set of stacks for H2O. Things are looking great for this guy, and he's just happy that he's stacking on those stacks. Stacking on those stacks, wow.
Yeah, very interesting funnel there coming in from the Aldous, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, because we don't see that much Aldous in any tournament, actually, right? For the most part, we're seeing him only in amateur tournament. I already forgot what is the heavy counter for the Aldous. What kind of rotation, right? What is the
usually going for a 5-man.
Go for 5 mans,
yeah.
right?
If you go for a 5-man, he cannot duel anyone 1v1 because Aldous with average stacks. I'm not saying high stacks, average stacks, is already a king in 1v1. He has invulnerability. He cannot be stunned that easily. And you get the extra damage just by pressing the first skill, which has about like 3 seconds of cooldown, and you're already gonna win the fight. But if you go 5-man and you intercept him, he's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, but the problem here is it's not just Aldous on the 5-man, right? You cannot, a 5-man banks on the idea that Aldous is solo or tries to go in late, as he is really prioritizing getting that farm in. But we have an Angela. We have the Angela here for the side of the Aldous. So I feel like H2O here, it's a given. Yeah, you need to farm. If you're an Aldous, you need to rotate properly if you're an Aldous. But I think H2O might be joining the party earlier than the usual Aldous that we see. Ultimate activated. Chase Fate. Let's see here. It's casted towards the Lancelot. And he will commit to the dive. Look at that. Under turret, ladies and gentlemen, using the Angela. It's gonna be Chester here. Focus, and still a mega kill is secured by H2O. Wow.
Aldo here isn't really the safety net. I think he's the early game carry with all the stacks that he has. On his belt. I think it's really now time for H2O to just win this. Look at his items. He only has the Raptor Machete.
Indeed. All right, let us observe. Yep.
Yeah, Azure Blade as well for the extra mana regeneration, but aside from that, it doesn't really do anything. H2O is here. Oh, look at that damage dash.
Yep. Lots of damage coming in from H2O into the face of Jeps here. Already unstoppable. Here comes PNK. Sending the dog here. A few crowd control into the face of H2O. It doesn't matter though. We have the Grak. Gets cracked here by the kick of the Cho. Under the turret though. It's gonna be the PNK still securing another kill. H2O casting the Chase Fate. It doesn't matter. He will cancel that one. Not gonna be committing into a third tower dive. I just forgot we are still into the early part of this game, and it does look like NXP is not really prioritizing to go for the push. They've been taking brawl fights, really, you know? brawl fights against Sadistic Gods here.
I mean, if you have a stacking hero that becomes your mid-game insurance rather than your late game insurance, you just go for it just because you have this hero that can bully out everyone coming into the mid-game. And if you get to that point at the mid-game, it might be a one-hit for a Lancelot. Indeed. If this is gonna keep on, if this is gonna continue.
Yep, alright, it will be the Glorious Pathway casted under the turret, and again, Chester, still no respect for the damage of this turret. This is gonna be an issue for the running patch. Look at that, as long as the turret is not hitting H2O, nobody is safe. But look at the damage, look at the moves, and that's how you do it. H2O with this Aldous already scaling heavily into the game. KDA of 701.
It really looks like it really looks like that this Aldo will be somewhat of the burst. This is another type of funnel, to be honest. It's not the funnel of gold, it's the funnel where you put all the kills in a silver platter. You do not really help this guy, you know, get the farm. You just help him, and you just serve anything that you can serve to this Aldo, get his stacks early, then probably he will carry you into the early game. MB here biting off more than he can chew. He just went for a bit of a 1v1 there, and he didn't really realize that it was a 1v5 after all.
And you have to remember, this is not an Aldous that farmed. This is an Aldous that participated in the fights, okay? That's the thing about H2O's Aldous. This is not an Aldous whose right hand has been muscular just by being left on his room. But here, he is already into the party. He got the Angela to accompany him, goes for the tower dive, always on this combination. Chester, Glorious Pathway, stacking up third hits, and H2O will put the punch into Lancelot Thornrose. Doesn't matter. Legendary. Second legendary. That's gonna be a dead Hylos though. Still, it doesn't matter. The funnel is in H2O, and he's drowning the members of Sadistic Gods here in water.
If there was a way to know how much stacks does Aldo have this game, I'm guessing it's probably almost nearing 100.
Yes. Oh my God.
Probably at 100 stacks.
Indeed. Probably 100 stacks. I mean, Kim Solis, if Kim Solis is watching this, you know, she's gonna be very much in love. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of love for the side of H2O here. Totally inspired, ladies and gents, by Kim Solis.
And these are the storylines that you really want your players to get into. It just makes them strong. Love makes everyone strong.
Love makes everyone. Oh my God! When I mentioned Kim Solis, he got shut down.
He died. Oh my God. Oh. He died.
I mean, this game, guys, this game is starting to become one-sided. You know, you need to find, when you're shoutcasting a game like this, when it's starting to become one-sided, you need to find where the true story lies. It's not really that boring. This is a story not of a scaling Aldous, but of the power of love for H2O. And how it makes him strong. How it makes
the world go round.
Yes. That's the only storyline that we have here.
Okay, I'm not even gonna contest that in any way. Renegade biting off more than he can chew, and that is not the power of love. That is the power of being greedy in the middle of a turret. And MB doing the same thing as Renegade was, but the thing about this Uranus is he's really tanky. He's not that easy to kill. Even with the turret there, I don't really think that Sadistic Gods has any capability of taking him down.
This is difficult. I mean, the tanks, man. I think tanks are 3 hits for H2O. I think 2 to 3 first kills, I think, for H2O side. Let's look at the damage. 3,188, ladies and gentlemen. 3,188 damage just on the first kill of that Aldous. That's it. That's it, lady.
That's almost all of the HPs right now. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
I don't know.
That's literally one punch. That's literally one punch man right there.
So H2O is one.
I actually want to see H2O's damage to the Grok. Let's see. See. I just want to see.
And you have to give a lot of credits to Yawi. You have to give a lot of credits to Yawi. Yawi has been. If you think H2O is good, you really have to look at Yawi, because Yawi is making it possible for H2O to be this certain kind of carry that he can, he can just carry everyone onto his back. And if without the Angela, without his heart guard, I don't really think that this could have been possible because it gave H2O the extra confidence to just go in.
You also have to give it to Chester. Actually, I mean, kidding aside, guys, you have to give it on how Chester sets it up. Of course, it's a given that the Angela, Yawi, will be using her ultimate towards H2O here. But the way they commit to these tower dives, again, if you are facing an Aldous, all you need to do is just get into the safety of your turret. But you are not safe anymore if your turret is targeting the wrong target, right? It's hitting the wrong target. And that is Chester for the most part, the Hylos. They really did it well when it comes to these tower dives. Here we go! Boo! Oh my god. Dash, don't chase, bro. Don't chase.
I mean, it doesn't really put you in a good position. If you're inside the turret and it only takes one hit to kill you, it doesn't really give you the safety that you want.
Yep. Look at that. It's like the 1-inch punch right there. Look at that. Oh, there's the wall! I'm just curious about the damage of H2O. All you need to do is just look at H2O and observe if ever he will come close to a champion or not.
Let's check. I think Aldous is going for the Lord. I think Aldous is, no, he's not gonna go for the Lord. And I wanna check how much damage can he do to the Lord alone.
Yes.
Because he has 15 kills on his belt, so that means that's all stack damage.
Yep. By the way, to those who are curious, yes, Distinct Gods is a Filipino team, guys. We're still doing the commentaries here in English, but it is we have an all Filipino team here fighting. So here we go, H2 again with the Angela Unstoppable, ladies and gentlemen. One hit, that's one hit, right? I think that's one hit onto Dash. Another one onto Judge, ladies and gentlemen. 4K resolution on the punch. Triple kill, ladies and gentlemen.
Triple kill, one more. Batok! No!
Savage me, ladies and gentlemen. Double tag, and that is H2O. The power of love, ladies and gentlemen, towards Kim Solis. Completely pulling off an Aldous funnel in this game. Alright, guys. So, an update just came in. There is gonna be no remake.
Remake.
We will proceed to the game as is. Let's get back into the game, guys.
Yep.
And yeah, witness the action here coming in from MP and also from Mahina Po Gaming and of course Real Boss.
You know what? Before we start again, this is the last round of shoutouts that I'll do. I'm sorry, guys, if I cannot accommodate you, but it's John Balad, hello, Jem Nogoy, Lau Rivera, Joffrey Lumicao, and Mark Pelpinosas. I'm sorry if we cannot accommodate you anymore, but big shoutouts to everyone.
Yeah, but enjoy the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Getting back into this game, still no casualty. But of course, members of Mahina Po Gaming now moving towards Hang Tua. Hang Tua has to back out. Whereas a 4-man unit will also be moving here for the top lane side. Let's see if the mission towards Esmeralda will be completed. Yeah,
they will now try to push the top lane. And again, I guess this is the result of the running meta that we have, at least the patch. That maybe 1-2-2 setup is going to have a throwback or at least a comeback in the meta. So you can see, you can expect like mage plus marksman combo where the mage will get in the middle. But as for Mahina Po Gaming, they still want to go for the carry funnel this time. Very nice Grok block in there. But the punishment coming over the Gusion, the burst is real. They take him now. Paolo in a bad spot now, or is it actually a bad spot for him? Hang Tua, though, gonna be found by Josh. Josh takes him down.
Nice mission there by Josh. And let's see here if Ivory, along with Paolo, will be able to back up with against Fizra, Teko, and Zedo Ipulot. I'm actually very curious. I was thinking if the Grok is able to actually escape that gank by the Hylos, but maybe hold that thought. Paolo here, full combo from the Gusion, and it's still gonna be the Gusion that will be punished here. That's a lot of damage. I think power of nature. I was thinking it was the Gusion's damage. No, it's not. It's actually the damage from the carry plus Lay.
So I think what happened there was the moment they took down the Lethal Wanderer, the Kaja all of a sudden got his level 4.
Yes.
And was able to snag that with the Divine Judgment.
Yeah, the moment that he went in with the Sword Spike. But still, this Gusion won't be flared. He may try to go for a chase here against Lay. But I think that should be it, ladies and gentlemen. Members here of the Mahina Po Gaming has taken good control of this game, now sitting at a 2,000 gold lead.
Yeah. So it's absolutely a funnel kind of strategy coming up from Mahina Po Gaming from Philippines, while for Real Boss of Malaysia, they are going for the usual 1-2-2, which is like a throwback to when things were so balanced. Exactly. When it's still order. When Mobile Legends looks like how do I say this? It feels like it doesn't have its own like strategy yet compared to other MOBAs.
Wow,
But that was long
let's see.
ago.
That was long ago. Gonna be the knock-up here coming in from LA. Also, the ultimate of the Ganout Catch against the multiple knock-up against the blue side team. Still, the damage not gonna be enough from the side here of Real Boss. With just one casualty, Team Mahina Po Gaming was able to get the trade against 3.
Yeah. What a wild charge coming up from like catching 3, setting up 4 kills, of course, with the Esmeralda and the carry, and there's so much team fight damage even in the early stages. And this is what you get from funneled heroes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. And I just want to mention, I think that Real Boss did not understand, maybe underestimated the power of this composition, of how much damage can it still dish despite getting in your face against a carry, against an Esmeralda. Esmeralda will be getting a lot of shield, especially with this melee compositions. But there is the nice kill there by the Bruno, especially on a high priority target that is the carry.
Gushan still looking for a target now. Still wants to go for kills, but I don't think that he should be diving at all. Maybe he should just revert back to farm. And so far, Fizra and Teko 1-1-1. There's a score. Katalkacha will go try the defense against the Cho, but that's Cho. Can they burst him down though? Yes, they can. That's the power of the Gushan that we always want to see.
So that's a Cho target, and at least this Gushan is not yet fully shut down for this game. There is a clear statement there that he can still burst down targets, but this is too much attention being put towards Lei. Wild charge in, and even Kendoy Bullet will be using the glorious pathway just to maybe get a chase against that Grak. Even if you complete that chase, that is not a high priority target, really.
Not at all, and because of that, they have wasted another ultimate, which kind of puts a little bit of confidence to Mahina Po Gaming. Maybe they want to go for the turtle this time, knowing that there's really no contention at this point.
Yeah. Even you can actually see the block that's still present here for the side of Kendoy Pulut, and that's going to be the problem there. You have to take note that his glorious pathway is not available should ever this turtle siege is initiated on by the members of Team Mahina Po Gaming.
Now, I think that it's important to take note that there's a weakness and there's a strength of the funnel strategy that at this point, I think the strength is incredibly high compared to the weakness. I don't know if I'm making sense, right? Obviously, a weakness is a weakness, strength is strength, but you'd have more benefits if you go for the funnel as compared to when you just stay with the 1-2-2.
Yeah,
I don't know about that because I'm just judging it just because of this game. But actually, I think that if we see, like equal levels of strength, maybe that's when we can judge.
I'm actually curious about Munson if the funnel strategy is intended or not.
That's right.
Because it looks like it's not. And it got naturally discovered by the players. And now, because it is not intended, it's starting to look like it's very hard to remove. It's difficult to remove for now. But let's see here. Mien gonna be completing the push here against the turret of Rake. Rake burning his Purify just to make that escape. Still has his jump available. But yeah, at least that would be traded here by Mahina Po Gaming for an inner turret in the bottom lane.
So that's important in objective once again. And so far, there are 4 turrets down on the side of Real Boss. Only 1 for Mahina Po Gaming, which gives them a lot of map control now. But a clash can happen. Yeah. Really close, but he's still going to be taken out. So much chance from the carry. And now they go transfer the gacha. Not even a chance for him to survive.
Yeah.
My goodness, the damage is way too much.
And also, I think that is an overextension there by the Bruno.
Absolutely.
Along with the Gatat Kacha. Despite the dash available onto the Bruno, they can easily go for the hunt on that. Again, even the Kaja has an ultimate available already. They need the X-Borg to take that kind of fight. I'm not sure even if the Hylos will compensate enough. And even the Gushan also. Cannot have that easy
Yeah.
freedom to go for a dive on this one. I'm not so sure how will he control on this because the side, as we mentioned, the side of control is on the onto the team Mahina Po Gaming here.
Yeah. Another clash gonna happen. Guardian's Barrier gonna be set up now, which actually stops the X-Borg from advancing forward. There's not much commitment from both teams, as I think the Mahina Po Gaming side will want to consider getting the turtle first. But Lei onto the mid lane finds a Teko, already burning the incandescence.
Oh,
so that's an ultimate that they have already committed. And look at Paolo, so much damage, even onto the turrets at this point.
This is a turret already considered destroyed, and you got just Paolo here getting dueled by Ivory. And even Ivory is actually putting up enough fear for the members here of Real Boss not to completely engage anyone who's in the front line here of Mahina Po Gaming. They are now stuck with just one turret outside their base. And for the next part, it would be an inhibitor turret siege now for Mahina Po Gaming.
Yeah. And it seems like that's indeed is going to happen now for Mahina Po Gaming. I think that the Real Boss will have to take care of managing their ultimates now, as they really need to layer those together so that they will be able to control the backlines, at least for Mahina Po Gaming, and probably win the fight. Hopefully win the fight.
In the most efficient way possible, in a very precise manner. That's how they should layer those skills.
Yes.
There's big ultimates. Glorious Pathway, you have Avatar of Guardian. And you also have the Last Insanity. Massive ultimates.
Yeah, if you think about it, they will not run off of damage, even though they don't have much farm. If they layer it properly, maybe they can win. And they also have Gushan, so that's a lot of burst as well. Look at Esmeralda though.
Yeah, but you can actually hear very good timing here by the Kaja, ladies and gentlemen. Went for the Last Insanity for the backline. Still, the damage is lacking. You know why? Because of the timing of the Kaja. Actually, the Kaja went in with his Divine Judgment just the moment that the Gushan casted his Shadow Blade Onslaught.
That's right.
So there are a few seconds remaining on the Shadow Blade Onslaught. They were not able to retaliate because there's a lack of damage. A big lack of damage for the side here of Real Boss.
Oh, now that is not true with Mahina Po Gaming, because what they have is an abundance of damage. It comes Ivory actually jumping forward, not gonna catch anyone.
Yeah, and he has no Divine Judgment.
Yeah, maybe that's just for, I don't know, even maybe just for swag. Sometimes you force like flickers from your opponents, maybe, but yeah, but obviously that's not. I don't think that's the best explanation why he did that. Maybe he just wants to do it.
Well, yep. Ivory here, Ivory here has the ultimate just now. He's now dueling up with Paolo, but the next headline here is not really to pull up for a siege, but just go for this Lord.
And it's so easy for them now. They make it look so easy. This is because of the 14,000 gold that they have above their opponents now. And not only that, I mean, because Paolo is able to get a lot of buffs for his team while also giving some to the Esmeralda. Esmeralda 5-0 and 3, Paolo 4-1 and 7. Such a good stat line, and it's very hard to look for an opening, for a winning condition now for Real Boss.
Yeah, totally. Again, layering ultimates. But again, ultimates are hard. They have very long cooldown. If you miss out one of your ultimates, that's a massive loss in itself, and that's a big opening against the enemy team. And it doesn't look like team Mahina Po Gaming needs an opening here, really. All they need is to just get into the Lord and go up front into the face here of Team Real Boss. It's starting to look like that even with the perfect layer of skills, Team Mahina Po Gaming will still get the win.
Now the turret in the middle is going to be taken out. The carry as well as the Grok is going to be threatening for a kill. Oh, there's Avatar of the Guardian just on the floor. Now George is going to be in a lot of trouble, but not his teammates. The damage is going to come from the carry for sure. Now, not the Guardian's barrier, but the incandescence makes it sure that at least the Gushan will escape for a bit before dying. And the Bruno is going to be next, as well as the base. Mahina Po Gaming takes game 1.
For that part, actually, Mahina Po Gaming is just playing around now. Team number 2 here between Real Boss versus Team Mahina Po Gaming.
Whew. So let's actually look at how they are going to be setting this up. I think that it's easy to say that it will be a 1-3-1 laning stage, at least for red side, which is Mahina Po Gaming. Might even go 0-4-1. Esmeralda is here maybe just to secure the Lethal Wanderer. But this already has proved, we have already proven that this works. But with damage onto Lei, the first blood is going to be there, a little bit overstepping from the Grok. This means that their early rotations, it doesn't work anymore. Oh,
and you have to take note. I think that was the... Who is accompanying? Alright, the full bounce. The full bounce of the bouncing ball. Was received by the Grok there, along with the full proc of the carry. Lots of damage there. And I don't think the Grok also has the power of nature activated close to a wall.
Yeah, no,
so that's why the Grok looks like very squishy on that part, right?
It's a very squishy Grok. He went for the retribution, so that's why the sprint or the flicker wasn't available. But at least for the funnel receiver, the Kimi, at least his normal rotations weren't stopped. And the fact that this Uranus is not struggling against the Sylvana as much means that even after that first blood, it's still just business as usual for the Kimi now. But a very nice ejector just to secure that crab buff. Oh, Paolo already used the dash.
Indeed,
so be careful about that.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, movements here coming in from Real Boss into the top lane. Kite back that in by Paulo onto Mien. DJ Mien. And yeah, that gives freedom for the members here of MP to focus onto this crab. Members now of RLB moving here on the right side. Getting lead here by Kendrick Pullet. He will be backing off. Alright, Jetmat P coming in from this Cupra. Went for the initiate, goes for the bouncing ball into the front line. But who will be the main target? Different targets actually. The current shifted as well. Lei was able to fall back. He will re-engage with that power of nature activated. Tries to get the tag onto Matt Pia. It doesn't matter. Kimi Rocket will also be connecting onto this Cupra. Still no casualty over this play onto the top lane.
Paolo still wants to go for this. Maybe they really want to push. There is the ultimate. The Divine Judgment going to be his flicker away. Paolo is in trouble. They're juggling the turret now. Very nice juggle onto the turret attack from Mahina Po Gaming. It meant that they weren't punished even after double flickers used. And that's a trade that I'll take because it gives gold to my Kimi, and it also gives me a little bit of pressure onto the turret. So that's what they'll do now, top lane.
That was well done by Mahina Po Gaming at the list. Still 1-1 onto our score, but you have to take note that the gold din is not that much still. 600 only. So you need to still watch out for the next team fight possible for this one. I love how Real Boss answers for this, as they're not giving that much freedom for the Kimi to get close to turrets.
Purify going to be used. I think they want to go for the purple buff invade now. Nice jump from Reek. That is the Esmeralda. Stealing of the purple buff. The wall charge coming up from the Grok. Nice Guardian Spire to follow it up as well. They get to as well as the purple buff. Teko will be able to run away, but that is mission accomplished for Mahina Po Gaming.
That was really nice there by Mahina Po Gaming. Of course, Mien trying to at least do something here. It doesn't matter that turret is as good as destroyed anyway. Still good mission by Mien, but maybe I'm not so sure if that will convert into a further lead for the side here of Mahina Po Gaming.
Let's see how. Oh, okay. Lei just tanks that Tyrant's Revenge with obviously that Grok Power Nature. I'm gonna go back to taking the turtle now, and they will be successful in doing so. They transfer it to the middle. Do they have Divine Judgment? The answer is no. The Glorious Pathway gonna be used. The Wild Charge, not the best usage.
Yeah,
gonna go for the Guardian's Barrier.
Also, clearly not the best usage for the Glorious Pathway. Absolutely. Let's see here. This is gonna be a classic now. Uranus also taking the attention of the minion wave onto the bottom lane side. He will be focused by the high loss along with the Sylvanas. I think. Will Uranus be able to survive? Yes, he will. He will continue. He will complete the escape against 4 members here of Real Boss.
Yeah. Okay. So we will see now the movements coming out from Mahina Po Gaming, maybe pressuring the mid lane. And honestly, with all that we see from Real Boss, they have been doing a decent job defending their turrets. Even though they lost 2, this is still a 5-minute.
Yeah, but this is a Kimi comp. Well, this is a Kimi comp.
Indeed.
Yeah, so it's no surprise. Actually, there's no obvious pressure coming in terms of turrets, but there's obvious pressure on different parts of the map, right? Especially on this river side. Paolo keeps getting the free hit that he wants. Ivory putting up pressure. There's also just to tank up the turrets. Hang Chua doing what he can, and yeah, he tries to dodge out, but that is an ugly effort, just like my friend Salvi, to actually escape. So let's see here.
Oh,
Would have to bounce out. Glory Spotway once more to use for an escape. This is not a good situation here for the side of Real Boss.
What's deja vu from Reek?
Yeah,
he did that 2 minutes ago with the Falling Star Moon to steal that purple buff, and doing it again this time, meaning that they will get the Calamity Reaper available for Reek and denying the purple buff again away from the blue side. Jumping forward. Okay, they want to go for Lei this time, but the Wild Charge keeps him safe.
Yeah,
that's a steal onto the orange buff.
Yeah, the orange buff is already in the hands here of the Grok, and I was really curious why they're not body blocking and anticipating the Wild Charge. You know, if you are focusing on the Grok, always know where the possible Wild Charge route will be, right?
Okay, yeah. Wow. Okay, so this is such a masterclass, at least for Mahina Po Gaming. Now they tag the Jawhead and will be able to take him down. They want to punish this Uranus, but the jump coming out from the
monster kill.
Yep.
But let's see what will happen. Again, guys, we are continuing the broadcast here. Actually, time check is just 15 minutes before 12 midnight. As still we continue here for our RGL. So what I said, the biggest shoutouts to all of our viewers, ladies and gentlemen, especially for the Mobile Legends fans there.
That's right.
In the Philippines, ladies and gentlemen.
Shinbo, I want to tell you a story. Do you know that it has been a year since I've released my first GTG video? It has been a year.
Global. All right. Yeah.
That was a long time ago. All right. So I was still. There wasn't any masks yet, so the rotations were at least more calculated. Okay, now we're back in the fray. Yeah, we're back in action, guys.
We're back in action, ladies and gentlemen. Let us see here as members of Mahina Po Gaming will try to That's deja vu. Right? Have to again with the dive here by the trio onto the bottom lane, but nice ejector there by the Joy, ladies and gentlemen. Now the Grok might be left for dead. Round 2 for Mien09, and Paolo cannot go for the backup on that one. Goes for the field. No steal. Kufra, actually not a Kufra, it's gonna be Teko. That carry getting the buff for himself. Legendary, ladies and gentlemen, is still the kill and the snowball on the side here of that Kimi. Off cam, it doesn't matter. The kill is also completed once more against that Hylos.
I think that Paolo is at what, 3 items before that happened, which because of the Mr. Shop and the start that he was able to get. It is literally 3 items now on top of the boots again. So that's Machete, that's Blade of Despair, the glowing. It's just so much damage that Paul was able to do against that Kufras, against that Hylos, that even when Hylos went in front of the Kimi with the Ring of Order, just a few dashes, a few kites from the Kimi, was able to already take down the Beast. And now they jump forward with the Turtle buff, Lei with the Cyclone Eye as well. Threatens for a Guardian Spire, will just actually stand in front of his opponents now. And the Wild Charge could be really scary at this point.
Yeah, actually they can just control this approach onto the base of Real Boss. Mahina Po Gaming already has taken full lead of this game. They really know there's really no need to go for any force engage, because it does look like Real Boss is allowing them to get close anyway into the turret, right? And they need to be careful of tower dives, because I don't feel like the composition of Mahina Po Gaming is really designed for tower dives, given the fact that they have very little dashes. They have durability, but the dashes should be they can be punished. They can be punished with that slow mobility if ever they get kited back into the turret, especially with this carry, especially with the re-engage to be done here by the Sylvanas. Look at that. They get punished. That's already legendary. There's the free from Paolo, but still at what cost? Maybe oh no, it's a 3 for 1.
3 for 1. And it's
not bad.
obviously you will highlight the Kimi in that, but that was the wild charge that really set this up. And now Hangtua is going to be in a lot of trouble. The shots coming out from Kimi is just way too much. And look at that maximum charge, almost taking down the carry. Top lane, there's Reek, the Esmeralda just pushing with 2 cannons casually, not even minding anything because there's nothing that can stop him, even the ejector at this point. Okay, want to go for the Esmeralda. Where's the falling star moon? Not going to be used yet. Okay, Cycle 9 not going to be able to reach it. Okay.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a very difficult game here for the side of a Real Boss. But the Philippine team has taken a really nice control of this game. It's only a matter of time before they can move and rotate for that Lord. But look at the damage that Mien can really dish, that Paolo can dish out, and that's reflected onto the health of Mien 09.
Lord resurrecting soon.
So we can see it's looking really good for sure for Mahinapo Gaming. They aren't able to take out an inhibitor, but they've already established so much control in the map. They've already stacked up so much gold as well. Dominance Eyes now available for the Esmeralda means that they can dive now. And with the Lord's help, surely they'll take down inhibitors.
Yeah.
How are you going to come back if you're a real boss? I don't know. Maybe a 5-man Tyrant's Rage into a revenge.
Yeah, Tyrant's Rage.
Yeah.
Really,
maybe
just the crowd control. I mean, those multi-target crowd controls is designed for that anyway.
Yeah. Maybe if the Kufra pins down 5 members of his opponents
and
against their base.
And a quick burst against the Kimi. Because there's a lot of damage there. Kimi is the main damage source here. Actually, we keep on mentioning that these tanks may suffer against the carry, but the problem is the tanks of RLB is getting punished more compared to the tanks here of MP.
That's right. Anyway, let's see how this looks like. Oh no!
Oh
it's gonna be a little bit of misstep coming out from the Joy, and he falls. Now the jumping from the Grok, missed the wild charge. Gonna be punished, but the double kill coming out from the Kimi. So much damage. They want to go for the carry, and they go for the shutdown. Of course, they'll kill the carry. They'll get the 4th kill, and maybe the real team wipe. Oh, Kimi. Oh, Kimi! Almost.
Yeah, almost. Actually,
Hangtua really wants this. Hangtua really wants this.
Golden Chukasenma, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, the rocket to the face, and still, there is enough help for the Kimi. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. No need for the Lord, actually, to just get into the base. Team Mahinapo Gaming will be closing this series 2-0 against Real Boss.
So that's one of the things that you have to consider. But right now, it's out. I'm very thankful that it's out because it doesn't have to be bland anymore.
Yeah, we at least there's a little bit of added flavor to us. But the first blood gonna be belonging to Sinag so early on, and now they will, because of that kill, they will be able to transfer onto taking this this buff that we're seeing.
And
it's gonna be stolen by Solu. Sorry,
they cannot answer that. They cannot answer that. They cannot be proactive and go to the other lane or to the other violet buff onto the map. And that is going to be no blue violet buffs for that Esmeralda. Yeah. And this spells trouble because mages are really dependent on that.
Specifically the Esmeralda. Now they want to go for the kill onto that Esmeralda we're talking about. They'll get it. Meaning to say that at least in the first 2 minutes of the game with this buff, Solu will have so much of a good time in the game because he doesn't really need to think about losing a buff or so in the first few minutes. What he can do right now is just to take the blue once again, the purple, their own purple, I mean, or maybe just stay here in the middle and apply pressure against his opponents. The world is his playground at this point, at least for the next 2 minutes.
And the Azure right here, just trying to scale up his man, just give him a bit of swag, scare him a bit. But I don't really think Denver is scared at that point.
Yeah.
He has the extra levels. Obsidian, on the other hand, is just helping his Esmeralda get back from the slump that he has been in since the start of the game. So, as Esmeralda, you do have your early game spike, your mid game spike, and your late game spike. It's one hero that is really well rounded, if you ask me. It has his how do you say this, late game potential as well. Some of the mages don't have that, but there's another kill onto the bottom lane. As I was explaining that, so how do you get back from this? Like, how do you get your early game spike still?
you'll make sure that the next round of buffs will belong to you at least. You secure that. Nice juggle coming out from Zenki or Dade Zenki, our Claude, as he tries to stay alive. It took a lot of time. I know that it's absolute that the Claude will fall in there, but the time that they spent is way than good. Now the Kufra is gonna fall in exchange for that kill. Now the carry will be able to keep himself alive as the members of Galaxius will just go out top.
You know what?
Yeah.
When you said Dead Zenki,
Yeah.
it's like you were saying Dead Zenki, and it really
Sorry.
happened.
Yeah, it did. It did.
It did happen. And now, Wolf, things are looking great for Sinag. They don't look like they're gonna drop this lead anytime soon. Do you just force the fights at this point?
You wait for your you wait for your ultimates now, and then unfortunately for Galaxius main, they only have this Akai ultimate, and with all of the purify in the world, I don't think that Sinag Pilipinas.
It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a problem for them. There's a turtle fight now, or at least around the turtle area. Nice Art of Grenade, the Blazing Do within there. Do they have enough damage now for this one? The turtle will be taken by the Esmeralda, so that's good, at least for Galaxius main. They also took out the Hylas. It's looking bad now, coming out from Sinag Pilipinas as they're trying to win this fight. There's the jump coming out from the Kufra. Follow-up is where? We don't know. Top lane, the kill on to the Uranus will not complete.
No.
Yeah, Obsidian will get away.
Just one more hit.
Uranus overstepped. Oh, okay, not punished.
What you have to look at there is Sinag. They really tried to get that turtle, but they didn't have the retribution in the first place.
Yep.
So
And
it was free reign for the Esmeralda to just take it like a piece of candy and just, you know, just to win it for them, win that fight for them. But the thing is, Kronos wasn't there.
this makes me wonder because how I don't understand why teams are still like going for those skills on the turtles when in fact they don't have the retribution, and almost always they lose the fight. I don't know. I've casted a lot of Mobile Legends games, and I always feel like they wouldn't get the turtle even if they started it, and a retribution player will just steal it, and it happens like 70% of the time.
It's weird, and people still do it.
If
they know that they have this certain amount of advantage, they would push for it. And sometimes you're just offering up to your enemy, and you just let them get back.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, you don't get the turtle that easily, or you don't prioritize the turtle if you don't even have the priority in the first place when you pick your spells.
No, exactly. Big shout outs to JJ Narag, one of our viewers out there.
Yeah,
We miss you. We miss you badly. But nevertheless, there will be an attempt of push. Now, coming out from Sinag Pilipinas, it's not like it's gonna be hard because they just straight up took it down. They jump in though with the Kufra catching two. There's the ultimate once again. The bouncing ball stops the Esmeralda from jumping away. Akai using the ultimate, but to no avail as Denver and the rest of the members of Sinag Pilipinas will now be able to stay alive. Lily gonna be caught. Ultimate already popped, but with the glorious pathway in there to save that man, he will be alive in exchange for a kill, but obviously that's a Lilia saved in a kill onto the Uranus as well. So very well done coming out from Sinag Pilipinas as they take more than what they should have had.
And Kronos, he's just farming.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. When you leave the carry unaccounted for, you don't really pressure the team or that marksman to join the fight. You're not putting him into any danger, and that's the thing. Because Sinag is just confident that they can win every fight, even if it's 4v5.
I honestly thought that Galaxius would have had a grasp of the mid game already. After winning team fight, at least just take care of their own side of the map, on the own side of the map, the blue side of the map. But unfortunately, it wasn't the case. It's Sinag Pilipinas getting aggressive and unpunished. As I say that though, Kronos gonna be caught. The purification already out. As of the Phantom Step on a save coming up from the Kufra. Azurite still pulls through. That's the Popol and Kupa still chasing down that carry. far too deep. Now Solu, he going for the backlines, pops the magic shoes. Now is safe. Zenki also runs away. No kill onto the carry, but there might be an exchange. That's Esmeralda down, even after landing a very good Stardust dance. And Popol and Koopa, where is he? I think that he's now in trouble, and indeed he was. Taken out by two members of Sinag Pilipinas. They were so anxious to get the kill and the carry that they have lost control of their own core, particularly that Esmeralda, as well as that support and cast Popol and Koopa.
Remember, we do have a savior here for the side of Galaxios. It's called Korai. And it's Avatar, the legend of Korai.
Exactly.
When the world needed him the most, he vanished.
Yes.
But right now, he's
Kronos.
in this fight. He can fight this. I don't think he has the items. Can we check the items for a bit? Let's see how the Claude is pairing up against this carry.
It's DHS for the Claude and end this battle on the way to another set of items now for carry, I think. Oh, there's the jump.
The
And they
legend
do
of
get
Korai.
Korai, what a jump. Now Gross Pathway lining up perfectly well as they chase the Akai, and they'll get him. Now Solo far too deep, but of course with the magic shoes in there, was able to keep himself alive. What a jump from the supports. And by the way, big shoutouts to Mr. MD Peralta, who's I think so happy about what is happening with Sinag right now.
Okay, he is. I'm really thinking that he is. But Korai here is on the other side of the team, so there's no savior here for the side of Galaxios. Sinag really trying to fight this. Korai just gonna go for that TP. Kronos doesn't really care. He has 1-0-2, but all the gold in the world. Last Insanity will be thrown out. Someone will get popped. Popol and Koopa is out of the question. And Zenki will go down. Obsidian will be the next target. Will this be a wipe before we end game number 1? I don't think it will be, but it doesn't really matter as they take game number 1. Sinag really looking strong.
We're doubting. We know that before it worked, but there was a huge time in the lore of Mobile Legends where it didn't, and it's also true right now. Maybe, just maybe, they can show us something else, but we know that it's not gonna work. Hopefully we're wrong.
Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does for their team.
Okay.
Yeah, and let's see how will they do this. Kronos here will still be the one who gets the buff, and they. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. The funnel mechanic is nerfed, but it still works, and it wasn't removed from the game because the thing is removed isn't really synonymous to nerfed.
Yeah, nerfed doesn't mean removed. That's right. Yeah. Anyways, let's see how this will happen as they go for the steal on the orange buff. Nicely done coming out from Sinag. And this means that this Kimi is gonna struggle. I mean, this double marksman setup is as greedy as it gets. And they're not getting the better end of the deal with this.
And wait till these members from the side of Sinag Pilipinas just get their hands on their ultimates. They're 100% gonna force a lot of fights.
Yeah. You know what, Butters? I want to mention something. This is, by 1 minute 40, the lead when it comes to EXP is already at 1,000. That means that there's 2 level 4 heroes for blue side, which is Sinag. And no one else close from Galaxia's main. And if we actually like fast forward maybe 30 minutes or 30 seconds or a minute from now, you can expect that Sinag Pilipinas will just overwhelm Galaxia's main with so much EXP and so much control of the match. So this is the main reason why we always say double marksman can't work.
For a time it did.
For a time it did. That's right. But here, now, not gonna happen.
It's not really the best thing to do because you're gonna be needing a lot of gold for that. And remember how fast Mlbb is in terms of games. Daddy Obsidian here still at level 2. They don't really know how to bail him out from this. Kimi can't do anything. If that was any kind of mage in a way, it could have dealt significant amount of damage or could have scared off the enemy team. But the Kimi doesn't really scare anything. Like,
It's not a threat.
It scares you. It's a threat in terms of pushing, but in terms of you not being near your tower or turret, and you're chasing for him, you would chase for him 100%.
Maybe if this was like how to say this, like a creamy grok that can push, maybe that's a threat. But this is a double marksman setting wherein your Kimi either popped off or not. It's always the extreme. It's never in the middle. It's never lukewarm. It's just hot or cold, and it's definitely cold when it comes to like firepower coming out from the Kimi. As they now jump in and want to steal this buff, the jumping from Uranus. Look at how confident this Uranus is with the Angela on him, in him, I mean. And that's gonna be Xborg to go down with a long-range assault. They take out the Uranus, but this means that the Claw will be able to farm the purple buff belonging once again to the blue side. With the retribution in this Claude, this means that this guy will just farm straight up, and they go for more. They want to go for the second round of the orange buff. Retribution is no longer available for Cronus, but with the control that they have, they will be able to steal it off. Nicely done once again, coming out from Sinag Pilipinas, taking everything away from Galaxia's main.
This is not working out for their side, and let's talk about having free reign. We talked about it for quite some time, but right now Denver and the others, Denver really aggressive, just stacking up 2 tower shots, and he will just go face to face with that Xborg, and realizing that he doesn't have enough HP left, he's gonna go in, and they catch out Popol, and Popol did put himself in that position. Purify is there, Zenki still trying to get away, Garrote is there. Those are 2 charges on that dash, but Chronos here try to control everything. Glorious Pathway won't even matter as Solo and the others chase for Titanium, and Titanium here. Whoa!
Purify gonna be forced out. In comes the dash coming out from the Selena. Gonna be punished though. Far too deep. Did not respect the fact that Purify is gonna be there. But onto the bottom part of the map, Uranus. You know it's good when the Uranus is this confident. I'm playing a lot of Uranus, and I cannot be this confident against the Xborg. But with a level advantage over the Xborg right now, even under the turret, he's really not afraid at all.
Yeah,
and bullying the Xborg at this point is just immaculate from the Uranus.
Yeah. And he has avarice, so he knows that he will always get the longer edge of the stick if it really happens and he dies. Because the thing about it is, he's really confident that there's no death or kill potential right now for the Xborg, and he's just chasing. And the Xborg is put in the illusion that he's damaging him, but at the same time, you're really the one getting hurt, and he's the one getting the gold.
Exactly. It's not like the Uranus is threatened at all. This is just because of the lead that they have supplied out. Solo taking so much damage, and the control was there. Nicely juggled, honestly, coming out from Galaxia's main. And carry, we were talking about the Kimi not getting the farm, but I think that Zenki, his carry, is at least getting a little bit of a good time. And we were talking about the Kimi, and there goes the Kimi.
Okay, Chronos just focusing on the turrets, and it will be a turret fiesta for them. There's a kill after kill happening here, and they cannot answer this. Chronos is having a good time. He's really having a good time playing this, and
absolutely.
I've heard, Wolf, that a new hero was released.
Yeah,
it was Yuzhong.
Yeah,
usual.
But it's not yet available in professional setting, I think. By the way, apart from the new hero, I just have to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Future Secured, the dog himself. Hello. Hello.
He's watching.
Yep. Remember, doggy. It's the scene is not dead.
The scene is not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and future secured.
Feature secured. All right.
Future secured because we have RGL. Okay.
That's right.
Kronos just having the time of his life. Obsidian on the other hand, they're just trying to control this messy situation.
Yeah.
Almost 10k goal lead here, going to the side of Sinag Pilipinas, Koray and the others. They're just having fun with this. And look at Kronos, he's just free reign over the turrets.
Dude, this is literally future secured for Cronus. I think that he has farmed for at least 2 more games now with the Golden Staff and the Demon Hunter Sword, making us feel like there's no nerf at all for the Claude. This massive movements coming out from Sinag Pilipinas allows this Claude to be this confident, as well as this Uranus, who is taking so much damage already from Galactus Main, but still comes out alive because of Blazing Duet though. The dive coming up from the Claude, and it's not the 2 marksmen of Galactus Main, and it's already over, I think. Triple kill from the Claude. Can they get more? Angela Claude combination. They dive deep, and they have so much damage. Mania, can they get the Savage? Yes, he can. Cronus, feature secured.
Well played.
And that is probably a highlight that you need to look at for at YouTube later. Okay, but I mean, Sinag Pilipinas, they had the upper hand ever since the draft happened. I mean, Kimi is a good hero.